we got to hit the track here. We got to hit the track with DraftKings contributors Pearce, Dietrich, and Geoff Ulrich. This is their weekly NASCAR segment. Last week, gentlemen, so Geoff, you earned 6 points. Pearce, you had negative 13 points. So a 19-point swing here for Ulrich, but Pearce was still a chunky lead, 412.
Could have been so much more. Could have been so much more.
Been really bad.
You have no idea how close I was to taking Justin Haley too, who was like third, and he scored like over 60 points. Anyways,
yeah,
I live in the past. I mean, I still beat Pearce.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Well, I wasn't here last Friday. I don't know who were your picks for last week's race. Do you remember?
I'm Kyle Larson. He was in second place, and he was the first car to wreck. So that's not good.
Okay, no,
I took Eric Jones, who I just learned existed last week. So.
Yeah, but you know
he
what?
was running well too.
Yeah,
really good well.
They were both up there, and I thought I was in deep trouble with Larson there until. All right. Anyways.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Again, you made up 19 points, Geoff. That's all that matters. NASCAR AdventHealth 400. We're going to break down this one at Kansas Speedway. Pearce, I'll ask you this real quick. What's the track strategy here for DFS?
Well, I want to remind people that we're using a different racing package this season, so you can probably throw out the 2019 through 2021 Kansas stats. I mean, if you want to look at them, that's fine. I don't think they're really the greatest data points to look at. I would much rather lean on the Las Vegas race from earlier this season, maybe also the Dover race from earlier this season. Those would be the two tracks that I would look at statistically. And then also pit stats. That's really been one of the heavy indicators of performance. The guys that are finishing in the top 5 that are winning the races, they also have the fastest pit crews every single week.
All right, Geoff, give me either a long shot bet or value play in DFS for this race.
Yeah, for sure. And just to add to that, like it's obviously a 1.5 mile race. So I'm going to be using a little bit of the Las Vegas results from earlier in the season. There's, I believe, the last time we had a 1.5 mile track. So you look at a guy like Chris Bell, I really like. I think you can make him live for a long shot bet, but I like looking at Bell's top 5 here, plus 250, and I like pairing him with Tyler Reddick. Look, we're out here to make money. Let's develop a strategy. You bet both these guys at plus 200, plus 250. You spread the units evenly. One of them hits, you're in good shape. Tyler Reddick ran really well last week. He was 7th in Vegas. Chris Bell, top 10 in Vegas, has been top 10ing really, really consistently. Let's hit a top 5 here with one of these guys. And I like sprinkling Tyler Reddick in as a long shot play as well. This guy looks really ready to win, in my opinion. I like the fact he was strong in Vegas. I believe he was top 10 in Kansas and ran well here last season too. So Tyler Reddick, a good long shot bet for me, plus 1,600. I would just stay on this guy until he breaks through.
All right, where are you going here, Pearce?
There's tons of value in DFS. You've got the Front Row Motorsports cars who finished well last week. Now, they got pretty lucky, but really that's what you're always counting on with the value plays is you need a little bit of luck for these guys to sneak into the top 20. Ty Dillon's not a terrible play. Corey LaJoie is cheap again. And then Justin Haley, as Geoff mentioned earlier, he's still cheap. And it's not that he's just getting really solid finishes, which he is. He's got a top 15 in the last 4. But his car looks really good. He doesn't need that much luck. The other guys need luck to come through. But Haley, he's looking pretty good.
All right, here it is, guys. This is where you're going to either lose some points or gain some ground, Geoff. Best DFS play for Kansas Speedway.
Oh, boy. Made me go first. Hey, I'm going to go with Chris Bell at 8,400. Really like the track history he's got here, too. Believe he's won an Infinity race. He's got multiple top 10s. Again, just really been very consistent. I think at 8,400, he's going to pay off for us with like a big top 5 finish.
What about you, Pearce?
Ross Chastain, he's got one of the best pit crews. This is a wide track, so some of the stupid, crazy drivers can dive onto the apron on restarts and gain positions, and Ross Chastain is stupid, and he will try to do that. Also, he is prideful and stubborn, and he doesn't like to get passed, so Chastain makes a point of leading meaningless laps during the race. Well, those are meaningless laps for him, but they score points for us, so I'm going to go with Ross Chastain to lead some laps, get out front, take advantage of his pit crew.
And then for your slate-approved pick here, Pearce, we're going to go to DK Sportsbook. Give me your favorite bet for the AdventHealth 400.
I'll take Kyle Busch to win. Again, he has the best pit crew in the business. They're the fastest in and off the pit box. And if you look at top 10 pit times, he has 25. Only 3 drivers have 15 top 10 pit times. He has 25 of them. Pretty impressive. The next closest is 18th. He should have won the Las Vegas race. He was a top 5 driver at Dover. everything is pointing in his direction.
Geoff, where are you going?
Very tempting to just pick Kyle Larson here at plus 700. Odds are a lot bigger, especially than they were at this point last year. But I'm going to say that, like, you should be mixing in a couple outrights here. Tyler Reddick for sure. I would mix in, and I don't actually hate going with Pearce's pick either, and Ross Chastain. So I'd probably rather pick a couple guys from the plus 1,000 or bigger range. I do think, again, just with this being a 1.5 mile track, I think a couple of these guys look pretty live just with their track history. So definitely like Tyler Reddick. And like I said, top 5 plus 200 there. That's also a bet.